stuck inside of these walls within. I don't recognize who I've turned into. I'm losing hope and getting myself back. Everything around me is starting to turn black. Don't tell me you're hurt again. Tell me how wrong I am. Tell me how it's all my fault. Yeah, I've met my match again, starting from scratch again. Where's the pleasure in all this pain? Don't you lie to me. Say it's all okay when it feels like I'm drowning. I hate to say goodbye, but it's time to go. All I need is someone else. I've never felt more divided than now. Every word that leaves your lips never means how it sounds. You've conquered the best of me, could have just set me free. Games that you play are just second hand. And now I'm beside myself, don't want your fucking help. Let me just go, let me just go. And don't you lie to me. Say it's all okay when it feels like I'm drowning. I hate to say goodbye, but it's time to go. All I need is The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come, it's cold and losing my control. It's crazy. You could save me from my isolation. My too complicated. I stop these conversations. Control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. No relation. We got no relation. No relation. It's crying, it's crazy. And it goes like this. You could save me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the League of Titans of Three. It's the preseason games. We're getting started. My name is Nerds Corner, and I'm here with the lovely Adam. How are you feeling going into this?
Feeling good. The first show match was pretty, I guess, casual. I know, in the sense of, and no one was really taking it too seriously. But it was fun to see the 5 duelists, the 5 sentinels. And that's really all we're here for. We're just here to have some fun,
Yeah,
test everything out, and yeah, it was
I
a
mean,
good time.
it is the preseason, so I'm not expecting too much, but fun and games. Talking a little bit about the teams. I know Predator X Gaming, they're a very like fun, joking team. Even in the pre-lobby, they're all having a fun time, goofing at each other, jabbing at each other. So I expect a fun best of 3. Probably some meme strats, like you mentioned, the 5 duelists we
Yeah.
saw earlier. I won't be surprised if we see something like that. We did see it in GC, so maybe. Regardless, we're going to be getting right into the map selection. We have Haven, Sunset, and
Ooh, I'm
Bind.
ready.
An interesting run up as we're going to be sending it on over to Haven and looking at the players. Like, what are they going to pick? What are they going to play? We talked about the memes. Are they going to do this?
Let me
Are they going to be
see.
whipping out some memes? Some
No, this one's
jokes?
looking actually a little bit more normal. So we're getting a standard Haven comp. This really
Yeah.
relies a lot on this, at least so far from Predator X. They have a standard Haven comp. It's looking like they're just going to be relying a lot on that Sova information early A, and then probably playing retake towards C, having a Omen trying to get out. So
I
yeah.
do like the double initiator composition, especially on 3-site
Mm-hmm.
maps. We've seen some teams pull away from double initiators in recent times, but I do think that on a 3-site map it works out, especially because they're starting off on defense. They can use that both for executes and for delaying and getting info on when to rotate and where to rotate when necessary. On the flip side, we're
It
starting
looks
to
like
see
we're
some of
having
the
some
memes.
fun. Yeah.
The memes that we were talking about, the hover on the Phoenix, I mean, makes more sense than the hover on the Yoru. But if we got to see Yoru, I would have a fun time. I like his
I love me some Yoru. I
his
love
utility
me
is
some Yoru.
funny. I think his utility is
Yeah.
just plainly hilarious if done correctly. But we're gonna see a slightly different composition over here for CG choosing the fade. Oh, ISO.
I don't
Come
know.
on,
They're having
Yoru,
an
lock it
identity
in. They
crisis.
lock
There
in
we
the
go.
Yoru.
Let's go.
They lock in the. I'm happy with the Yoru lock in.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to see how this plays out because usually just fun comps like this tend to, do actually pretty well against people who try to fit into the meta, because they're so used to people playing a specific type of way that when you see something unorthodox, you tend to freak out a little bit. So I'm actually kind of excited to see how Predator X kind of adjusts to, this, I guess, troll comp, you would say, right? Versus the
I
standard
wouldn't
comp.
say
So,
I wouldn't say it's fully troll. I wouldn't say it's fully either way. I do
yeah.
want to mention that this Haven, I think, is a pick of CG. Since Predator's starting off on defense, they got to decide. CG most likely picked the map. Maybe they have an actual comp because double duelist
Yeah.
isn't too troll. We've seen a lot of teams go relatively far with double duelist, especially starting off on attack. You pick some of those rounds up early
Yeah.
game and then move on to a more retake heavy second half on defense.
Speaking of which, we have, what is it, Predator? Is that Predator X on the defense starting off with the, correct me if I'm wrong, starting off with a mid push. So not double duelist, but looking to get aggressive here.
Things are getting started. Yeah, speaking of the mid push, they have all 4 players grouped up mid. Euroclone clearing out, or potentially clearing out most of Garage. But now where yours known, the Omen pops out. Romeo immediately there. 2 players left alive for CG here. Oh no,
One enemy
Predator
remaining.
X Gaming. Got my own little thing mixed up here. CG's getting a
Spike is down.
really strong mid play. Hunter
Spike
finds
down.
Mothman.
B.
Spike
I
down.
have spike.
Grab the spike. The tip taps from Grim. Grim gets a beautiful 3-piece as well. I'm kind of stuttering here just because they all came out mid.
Yeah, no, that was kind of interesting by the attacker side to contest the 4-man fight. They saw the utility and just decided, screw it, we're going for it. So those always make for fun matches. So let's just kind of see what these next couple rounds bring us.
Byron coming out for CG. We see some sheriffs come out for Predator X Gaming. Now, since they have double duelists, since they have the ability to just like go in and enter, do you think that they're gonna adapt it later on? That's something that I'm really gonna focus on. Are they going to adapt in the second portion of this half? Are they going to try and change the way they play? Because right Grim is just going in.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think so, you know. If it's not broke, you know, you don't want to tend to fix it.
Tip taps come out. Grim gets one. Kazuto finds the trade. All things probably picked it last.
Player
Big
standing.
putting out
One
of
enemy
ammo.
remaining.
And Ninja finds Kazuto. It's a 1v1. It was a round relatively safe for CG. They had the weapons, but Romeo doesn't need too much. He just needs the sheriff to tap him in the head and take him down. 1-1 on the board. A round that was relatively secure for CG, right? They had the better weaponry. They had the better, I would say they had a really strong play, pushing onto site and taking a decent amount of space, but they did not win out.
Yeah, no, one thing about this Predator X team is it doesn't matter how many players they have. Anyone on their team could pop off any second. You know, I play in some of these 10-mans with these guys, and we'll be down 2v5, and then Kazuto will just pull out 4 randomly. So, you know, they're never out of it.
And it's a little bit of a broken buy. I don't know if we got to see it, but it's a broken buy right now for CG. There's a Hero Guardian from Na'Vi, but other than that, everyone else on CG is running with pistols.
Yeah, we get the Yoru ult into C here. It looks like he's just getting some info when the hit's actually coming towards mid. Actually, I lied. It's going towards A. So they're just going to try to draw some rotations, maybe over to C. And it looks like it's working. So the Yoru's doing a great job here pulling rotations while the hit's actually coming A. Beautiful done.
And with the hit coming in, Grim's gonna get hit. Unfortunately, falls.
Not the spike.
They are on pistol, so I wonder how they're gonna take the space here. While Python Heaven is trying to delay the plant, gets the 1, gets the 2, doesn't kill anyone just yet. Muffin Man coming up close. He does have a sortie, but he gets caught with it in his hand. Kazuto finding 1, gets immediately traded. They're not going to be able to pick up that weapon.
Last player
They have to hide in the corner. Bang tries to go out with 1, but he cannot hit his mark. And Bang doesn't go out with a bang, he just falls, unfortunately. That's going to be another round for Predator X Gaming.
Yeah, no, that was an interesting call from the attack side. You know, it really shows that they're going to, you know, attempt these, unfavorable rounds. You know, they popped the Yoru ult when they're on a super low buy and just decided to go for it. Which shows a lot of confidence that they think they could win any round.
I think the call you made earlier, drawing the rotates, really is accurate there, because drawing the rotates out here, it could also condition them to think, okay, well, if we see a Yoru ult in the future, maybe we don't rotate, maybe we do rotate. Just setting it up in the early game. The more I'm seeing the Yoru being played out, the less I think it's a troll pick. And because this is the preseason, maybe this is a test. Maybe this is a test comp for them to see, will this actually work? Na'Vi does not get to work. Python takes them down with a strike. Amazing initiator utility here. The trade does come out, but not for Python, managing to get Grim, snagging him near the end. Numbers in favor right now for Predator X Gaming on the defense side here. They might, the first round might have just been a fluke for them, because they seem to be really strong here.
Yeah, no, they heard all that noise towards A, and then immediately as that noise was heard, Restless took the initiative to take space down long, which really allows them to keep the stack towards A, which allows them to have overall priority.
Oh, but when you have clicks from Kazuto, it doesn't matter. Ninja,
I mean, through smoke. I mean, it doesn't. That's insane.
Crosshair placement. Yeah, we only have 1 player left though in the stage. Ninja's gonna try and get that plant off. Potentially the resurrection, but
and it's an average Jonas moment.
Yeah, you can't res someone when you're gone. Good trick shot. Pops it off the side. Getting into it now. 2 rounds up. Are we going to see any adaptations coming out from this composition? That's slightly different composition here for CG.
Personally, I think CG should really use the Yoru a lot more to draw the rotates. So that means having a TP on the opposite side of the map, drawing rotates and hitting the opposite side. We're seeing how fast Predator X is rotating and biting on some of these hits, so I think that's how they should probably find the most success.
Na'Vi almost takes out Hunter, but almost gets taken out in the process. 85, no shield. Strong mid presence. They have all 5, and immediately look at the space being taken down short. Sova's gonna potentially not only even flank them, but also just like have that space knowing that they're not gonna be there. Fights are ensuing. A lot of utility. Smokes through. Already in his hand, gets hit from the back.
Begins.
Lights up red here as Cataclysm they're in a pretty good spot, having 2 players up, the
You
res
will
available
not
as
kill
well.
my
Res
ally.
coming out,
They go
Muffin
for
Man. Well, the smokes, honestly, maybe even an eco res as well, because they want to maintain that much. They don't want to have that many weapons. Well, words.
Yeah, I think they just want to secure the round here. Take no risk in a 4v2. You still kind of down that weapon. You know, you want to take any advantage you can is a win in that situation.
Novi finds one.
Thrifty.
Muffin Man just holding. Python did get to take out Ninja, but they do carry over some weapons. Really just
My smokes can block the
solid
enemy's
Valorant.
line of
They
sight.
took
Once they're
B
blind,
and they held their
move.
crosses.
No, yeah, I'd like to, like I said previously, I'd like to see Cataclysm Gaming really show presence on one side, but actually have, you know, the blunt of the hit towards the other side. Especially with that Yoru, you have that cross map TP, and you could just, even if it's just inserting the Reyna down short, and then you have just permanent info A short, and you could just calm rotation from what you hear. So
I do think that the Yoru lurk is really strong to like draw out rotations as mentioned previously, but at the end of the day, like it depends a little bit on what the enemy team is doing. So I think it's variable. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. And in this situation, it works out in the favor to not do it because they're spread out. They find a pick on Kazuto.
yep, they forced the op onto Nij9 here, and they just completely slow it down because they're just trying to work a pick with that thing. Now that it's in a 4v5, they're probably going to start to group somewhere and just hit.
Here.
Another blind invested. Hunter not found. Navi pays the price. Navi no.
Yeah, that was very ambitious to do that in a 5v4 when you have numbers. You know, it felt kind of like a.
It's the way that Reyna's play. It's the way that duelists do it. Grim finds one and immediately back to safety. The numbers advantage tipping again into Cataclysm's favor. 2 away from ult, and they're just holding their vibing. Again, the crosses are always really strong for Cataclysm once they have the site control. So starting off on that a little bit tighter default and then coming together worked out really well for them. The Hunter's Fury comes out in tandem. Hunter takes one out as well.
Oh, it's not a fun time for Restless.
Ninja. Oh, is he gonna find Hunter as soon as the smoke drops?
This is gonna be awkward.
They spam through. You know,
Give the
missed
position.
the shot. Hunter takes him. Now it's a 2v2. A little bit
remaining.
easier for them to work their way through. Hunter falls, and so does Python. I read the name wrong. Python falls. That's, oh my gosh, that would have been such a story, but unfortunately, it's not. It's an even playing field, 3-3 for both teams. Cataclysm brought it back.
One thing I do like about this Sage pick is they're really using it to stop the flood and the retakes. On Haven is statistically already one of the hardest sites to retake in the game of Valorant, and you know, especially even harder when the defenders are in a 3v4. So really, that Sage really secured the round there for them.
I mean, I think that's why they have so much invested onto the A. See, we see the Jet, the Omen, and the Breach lined up to hit short, where they just have Ninja posted up, I believe, either with an op or with some sort of long-range weapon. But it doesn't matter. Muffin Man's the one with the op. Python falls and space is taken in B. We'll see if Novi makes the same mistake.
There.
No, they don't clear the corners. They know where the Sage is. They know where Hunter is, so they're just gonna run him down, find him. And now 2 players fall and 2 players up in favor of CG. Oh.
Romeo finds one towards Grog. Alert.
Spike planted.
Oh, again, as we were talking about staggering that retake, wall coming out CT, not allowing them to push in. It's just relentless. Jet is vibing here from Python, the Predator.
Oh, it's with the air.
Ooh, immediately taking out Ninja, the counter with the ultimate.
Last player standing.
They only have 1 player left. Kazuto goes for the diffuse. And the blind as well. Pros don't fake.
It. Nice.
He's just sticking it. Pros don't fake. Great.
No, they
retake.
don't. Yeah, it was kind of weird because Cataclysm, you know, had full advantage there. They were on the higher buy. They took the site for free. I just think it was just a lack of post-map positioning there that, you know, really allowed them to, cause them to lose that round.
Which is interesting to note, but considering how well they held post plants on both B and on A. To kind of fall apart on C, it's an unfortunate reality for Cataclysm Gaming.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think
Their adaptation
later
not working out.
Yeah, later down the road they'll probably go back to that A site only because they have the utility to take it and also the utility to keep it. So interesting to see how they approach these next couple rounds.
Again, Sage is just holding down A. I think that they picked up the op. Kabuto probably has that op aiming down long.
And
Yeah.
what this op allows you to do
Entirely
is
so.
just rotate everyone to the opposite side of the map.
Exactly.
You know, because Zuto has that line of sight on A lobby. Everyone else is just shifting, and as you can see, we have the stack towards C, and
Yeah.
you know,
Especially Garage right now. Oh, wow.
but
Yoru Fake might keep him there, actually, as they're going to group up for B. The line of sight for Sova, though, he does see into it. Python finding Novi.
what I like by Nige9 here is he actually walled off A lobby, so Jet loses that line of sight, which causes Predator X to lose focus and you know shift rotation.
Enemy remaining.
Relentless finds the
Spike
two-piece
down.
immediately. A 1v3 runs into the smoke. They don't continue to spray. Instead, going for the trick shot play. They don't find it just yet. After shot,
30 seconds left.
It's gonna be the op from Kazuto. Look at all those assists light up. The hit towards C a little bit, interesting, especially after they know. I think they knew Sova was there and Breach was set up for short. They knew that B was kind of swarmed. They wanted to rotate towards C, but they didn't know where the KJ and especially where Relentless, the Omen, was hidden in logs. Kind of chilling there.
Yeah, no, regardless of the outcome there, I actually really like the macro coming out of Cataclysm Gaming there. I thought they did a good job trying to handle with the op. However, I'd like to see them actually take it to the op. You know, they have the Reyna Leers that are perfect for just pushing ops off angles. So,
Time to jump.
yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yup, exactly that.
You said it and it came true.
Doesn't matter because
Spike
Zuto's
down
good
mid.
for those. It does not matter.
Kazuto? Honestly, I'm just thinking about it right
You
now.
will
The plays
not
are going
kill my
so
ally.
well for both teams. The res coming
Yeah, the
out
res
from
comes
Bang.
in.
Hunter takes out Grim.
Romeo's kind of lazy there.
Muffet's just chilling there. I don't think he saw Python. He needs to run away into a nano swarm. On site though, Bang is holding it down. He's like, hey, you might have rezzed me, and I didn't do a lot of damage with a
remaining.
classic ninja.
Oh,
goes
they're losing
hard,
this.
But blows to
Oh,
Bang.
fixed it. No, they do not. A little bit of an Olafmeister cameo there. Shout out to Overpass.
Oh no.
Sticking it through the molly. Well played. That was almost a complete throw from the defensive side. I mean, Romeo there kind of lackluster going into B, just started B hopping around, and Novi was able to just catch him off guard, which is kind of interesting because they used the breach ult to take the site.
And then pros don't fake. It
No,
seems
they
like
don't.
they just stuck it out through the smoke. No one spammed through. They were chilling. The molly came out a bit too late as well, unfortunately. And now the A push comes out.
Here we go. This is what we've been waiting
Ninja's
for.
on the other side. Like every single time we see the push, Ninja's always on the other side. And I think that because of the fear from A from the previous rounds, the rotate comes out even sooner. We have 3 people stacked on A, 2 people on C, no one on B except for
your
KJ
fear!
Diesel. We have the Nightfall coming out as well.
Yeah, Restless just finds when they're through the smoke, kind of pre-aims the corner. People usually stick to the wall. There's a good game sense for him to get
Barrier
it.
created.
Ooh, there's the wall playing up.
Looks like we're getting a
Trying to get
fast flood
pick.
here. Yup.
Romeo gets the pick and a lockdown comes through. Romeo gets picked and the lockdown comes through. Words not being my forte, but knives being
Neither are mine, brother.
Kazuto's. Honestly. Oh, it's the off battle. It's Muffin Man.
It is, but there's a
Kazuto.
smoke on bomb here. Is really
Are we
gonna
gonna-
be in the defenders.
Are we gonna see the same thing happen again? No, the molly comes out a bit early, but I don't think it's early enough. It is. Relentless
One
fall.
enemy remaining.
W, bang as
The
well.
Hunter with some
Hunter.
tappy aim. Wow.
I don't think that Molly's not enough. They're looking for ops. They're thinking about what to get. You're gonna farm the KJ lockdown again. 7-3. No rounds won in the recently for CEG. I think they are 4 rounds down now. And that is, I mean, they need to bounce back here. Some sort of adaptations. The Yoru ultimate, trying to farm that or trying to have that to draw out rotates, or even just your utility, like you mentioned in the earlier half of this series, in the earlier half of this map, drawing out those rotates, having them come to different area, and then potentially hitting a weaker site.
Yeah, I mean, with Haven having 3 sites, you know, it already tends to be attacker-sided, and with the double duelist comp, Cataclysm haven't been able to find their edge on the favored side, so hopefully they finish at 7-5 here, maybe pick up a pistol second half, but other than that, it's not looking very favorable for them. As Hunter picks one.
Oh, I was gonna say there's 2 ops on the field now. Bang takes Hunter though. They pick up a couple of upgrades. It's relatively even, 4-4. The ops are still kind of terrifying to deal with. They flood into C.
But when you see ops, you just want to go fast, just like Cataclysm did. You want to challenge the op, push them off the angles, make it to where they have to retake with it, because the op is good for getting picks, but it's horrible to retake.
Good on 9 for not playing on that wall and making sure that they have to like respect it. The wall's getting broken slowly. Kazuto believes
Eyes over
taking
towards
it down.
CT.
Oh, there they
There's
are.
a big duel coming here. Kazuto finds one with the no-scope.
Player standing.
Romeo takes out Muffin Man in the trade near the end, but Ninja gets caught out. Ironically enough, Relentless, the person who was hiding on logs previously, spots out the player logs.
Is that how you say it, Ninja? I've been saying Nij9, Nij9. I'm not. I like Ninja. Ninja sounds cool. You wanna roll
Ninja,
with
he's
Ninja?
hiding. No, he's hiding around. He's
Gotcha.
sneaky getting those picks.
Last round in the
Last
half.
round before we swap. I always make the okay, you so you know when we Nerd's Corner, right? Nerd. I'm a nerd. I love statistics and analytics. 9-3. Thoughts on 9-3? Let's just start off with that.
I actually think the 9-3 curse is real only because there's the lingering mentality of I don't want to throw this, and the second you start second guessing yourself in Valorant is the second you lose some of that it factor, you know? You start hesitating, and that's what leads to the
I do
comebacks.
have some thoughts, but we gotta see a 9-3 before we can confirm it. And I think Muffin Man getting the opening pick on Hunter is not going to block a 9-3, but trying to get that 8-4. Couple Prowls coming out. Navi takes the pick on Romeo. 2 players up. Bang finds another. They're just going really aggressive here. They went all the way from B into C. And because they have the numbers advantage, they know that the retake is drawing from A. They cleared all of B. They even took out Breach.
But let me tell you something, Nurture. Kazuto is still alive, and any round is possible with Kazuto still alive as he gets the pick onto Novi.
As you say it, little caster curse there. Kazuto finding one, trying to find another. Ninja takes out Python, but Kazuto's not able to take out the rest. The rest. Is that a flawless? Do we count
Switching
it?
sides.
Okay, just a little thing about 9-3. Something that I heard a long time ago, and I want to do the research on this one day, but I don't know if I'll ever be allowed to. 9-3 is just the lowest, like if we take a look at a bell curve and like the statistics of it, it's the lowest point where you can theoretically come back from. Statistically, that is the point where more people come back from. That's why it became a thing, because of the way the Valorant economy works and because of the way that the what's it called, the rounds play out after that.
I also think it's attributed to how some of these maps are designed. You know, some maps are designed very favorably towards one side. Look at Lotus and Ascent. Lotus being attack-sided, you know, it's really easy to rally up rounds on those specific sides. So I think that's another way to attribute it.
Well, we can get into the nitty-gritty. It's just as these players need to get some more rounds. Rim finds Kazuto. Aggressive short take as well as they're rotating to
But the hit's actually towards C. Nope. Yep, they had the...
I can't words.
They had Kazuto sell the fake over towards short, but the actual hit was coming from C. And now, you know, you kind of look at that as like a sacrifice in chess terms, you know? Sacrificing a pawn or sacrificing, you know, any piece for positional advantage, and that's exactly what Predator X did there.
I like how CG's regrouping before the hit, not flooding out through one lane, instead making them split their resources to Garage and CT. Haunt comes through, 3 players flood out. Hunter gets overwhelmed. Team shots come
enemy
through.
remaining.
Novi and Ninja
Novi's.
picking off players of their own. Diffuse. Not being stuck just yet. There we go. It's going to be stuck. Muffin Man pushing forward. He wants to try and get him with the shorty, but picking up a ghost instead. And the round goes in favor of CG as they win with 4 players. Low HP
Yeah, no,
for
I hope-
Novi, though.
I hope this round is a precursor to how, you know, Cataclysm Gaming is going to approach the defensive side. They don't have a lot of util to hold on to sites. However, they have plenty to retake. So, you know, hopefully they just look for one and get off, or just get off and play quick flood, because I think that's their win condition on this defensive side of Haven.
honestly, I was talking earlier about how like their retakes are going to be really strong since they have the double duelists and they have solo initiator on Fade. So I think that one of their other win conditions is like keeping Fade alive for info, because if they don't have any info for their retake, it's going to be really difficult. Now, don't get me wrong, you have the Reyna eyes to clear out some corners and go fast. You have some Yoru flashes as well, but just the raw info you get from the Prowlers and the Haunt, it's really good. Oh, nothing, man.
However,
Bucky. Oh.
Another way you get info is sending someone down in extremity, and that's exactly what Cataclysm did here with Novi. He has so much C information here that allows them to, you know, really adjust their game plan, as he's about to take 5 or 4 of them on.
Okay, we just got confirmation on something, but I wanted to clarify. But you'll have to hear it again. If they do decide to go with the Bucky again, I have a theory. I love the Bucky personally. It's one of my favorite guns.
It doesn't work for me, so I tend to stay away from it. I swear my Bucky has less damage.
I feel like
than
the
else's.
more, okay, I feel like the dumber the strat, the more you try to get with the Bucky, the better
30
it's gonna
seconds
come,
left.
right? The more you try to go into the wacky stuff, the better it becomes. Hunter gets hunted, Grim.
Spike planted.
One
enemy
Romeo
remaining.
caught off with some utility, trying to shoot. And Grim finds the last player there.
No
Another way I think the Bucky works though is, you know, you just have to lock raise. I feel like shotguns just do more damage when they're in raise.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta get creative. You gotta get interesting. You gotta get. That's all that it takes, man.
Yes,
all
do.
that you need. And now the gap is closing 8-6.
Yeah. First rifle round out of the side of Predator X Gaming of the second half. Let's kind of see what approach they take. They're probably gonna have a scout, or Cataclysm will probably have a scout on each side of the map looking just for that entry pick. Actually, no, it looks like they're putting them both over towards A to just, you know, look for double bodies. Actually, no, I lied. I was right. Okay, I thought it was Novi and Grimmer with the scouts, but Ninja has the other.
Similar stuff. I mean, without the breach, you don't have stun for short, but you definitely have the double up on the duelists for long control. Because Udo is gonna meet them. Oh, but Grim, if he's away, it's just gonna be a 1v2.
They left them to die there. I would have liked to see Novi, you know, tuck there and then I would have liked to see Novi tuck there and then Grim R bait for him, you know? But this just wasn't the way things played out.
I feel like regardless, there was Python right behind Kazuto, so it would have been stressful. And because they don't have Novi deep long, it's going to be they need to spread themselves out a bit more, and they're going to be a bit spread thin. Lineup comes through. Romeo clearing sight with the flash. Duelist comes as well. And this is the buy round again for Predator X Gaming, so they have better weaponry. How is the retake gonna come out?
Cataclysm go again with the Yoru on the low buy. Let's see, kind of. Oh, they're all playing long here.
Honestly, I like using duelist ultimates for low buys. Oh, they're coming from the flank. Romeo takes out Ninja. Nano Swarms on the ball already. Stun comes through. A lot of utility invested. And this is something that CG's trying to take a page from Pred's book, but they are not going to.
Oh, they're gonna invest the solo here.
They are. Oh my,
they're gonna get it.
They did get it. I was gonna say, I was gonna commend Predator X Gaming for sending the Molly, the Nano Swarms, the Stun, and the Sova Shock Darts, but they still get the defuse.
I wonder how that was fumbled so hard. Was it just everyone was missing their spams? Because I saw them rip the Sova in a 5v2. I didn't realize how close the timer actually was to being defused.
I mean, they got the half. I didn't think that they would allow them to continue getting some more, but they did.
I just wasn't even looking at the timer. I thought it was almost impossible.
No, I mean, and because of this, 3 rounds that CG has won, and it was scrappy last round, but it was their bonus. They had worse off weaponry. Now on even footing, let's see who wins out.
And like I said earlier, Nerd Street, it's all attributed to this just flood retake. You know, it's really catching Predator X off guard.
Relentless takes out Novi to the smoke. They're gonna push it into garage. They're isolating their fights. Good cross. Romeo finds one. They know that Muffin Man is to their close right. Bang on the trade. But he needs to take out Romeo, who's just hiding away in a corner. Bombs planted. Grim's playing back. I think they're going to try and find some exits here. They do have 3 players down to the 4. One, he's not able to find the other. Good trade for Romeo as Grim is just holding it on the backside. Another question for you, Adam. Nerd Street?
Oh, sorry, Nerd Street. Nerd Street, Nerd Court. Oh, everything's getting messed up.
Well,
you know, we just met today. You know, we just met today. Well, I'm working on it. I'm a little bad with names.
And now is the first round going in favor of Predator X Gaming. It's all good, by the way. I'm just memeing.
Yeah, no, good catch.
Leg a little bit there. Ooh, good timeout
from Grim R. Okay, so actually what I was gonna mention is, you know, Predator X made the adjustment there. They realized they were getting flooded on, and they couldn't just be satisfied with just having the site. They knew once they took site, they had to go for more. So they actually sacrificed utility on the exit because they knew no one was going to be there, and they used it to take into C-Link and take into Garage, which was so beautifully played because it, you know, it worked perfectly.
And I think that taking that space and securing it just deterred CG from really trying to execute their retake. An adaptation, I think, from the previous round that they lost. They lost to a worse off weaponry and to a unfortunately mistimed strategy. So this adaptation coming out for Predator X Gaming to win some rounds and hopefully secure their victory on this map, I think it's really good. On the flip side, like I mentioned at the very beginning, I don't think this is a troll comp. I think this is just a test comp for them because it's working out so well for those retakes.
Yeah, they clearly seem to have some. They clearly seem to have some ideas. Now with the timeout, you know, it looks like they're gonna force up with this op. I think they're just gonna try to post the Yoru up on an angle, whether it's looking like it's gonna be towards mid here, and just have them control all that space.
I want to know what they're thinking, how they're going to be playing this, and considering that they're breaking up the duelists dynamic that we saw previously, I think it's gonna work out for them. Bang, most likely hearing that flash.
Yeah, I know Grim R heard it for sure, so.
Call for a smoke, clearing out the smoke and most of Garage.
I got the spike.
Players towards mid right now.
Spike dropped.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a, I believe Fade just dogged out Garage, so they know it's empty right now. We have Grim R posted towards C long with that up, which is gonna allow Cataclysm to be, you know, stacked more towards the A side. See, we have the Sentinel. We have the Sentinel on A as well as the Reyna, and everyone else just kind of playing mid to play fast rotate, which is great.
Stun comes through, execute towards A. Kazuna finds Novi. Great entry and taking the space. Ninja quick with the shot as well. Has to hide in the corner, not to be after shocked. Damage on Hunter, but not the finishing blow. Still 2 players down in utility.
30 seconds left.
Strong for KJ.
At the molly.
What was there? Great cross. Romeo takes him down. And again, I think on A, because of the way it's positioned, you don't need necessarily stall out. Grim finds Relentless, but Romeo finds Muffin in his own smoke. Decoy comes through. Romeo knows. Stun as well. Tries to go around it, and they just get themselves a free off here. I was gonna say.
That doesn't look right.
I was going to say, you know, A site, the way it's positioned, it's a lot harder to retake, so it makes sense they're hitting A. Stops the flood, stops the double duelist fade combo pushing through with the sage stall, but it just great dynamic. It broke up. Something I do want to mention, as I always say for timeouts, it helped both sides.
Yeah, they did. I was actually kind of confused as to why Cataclysm went with the op. I thought since they were playing more of that floody style that would kind of divide them to the back a little bit, and it seems like that's kind of what it was.
Ooh, it's a light buy right now as well for CG, as they have one hero rifle, a couple of they have a Stinger and a Marshall, but
Stinger should dominate for sure.
No, they TP out to safety.
Yeah.
I guess they're still trying to go for either exits or for the retake onto A. Stinger in heaven.
Planted.
Maybe we'll catch someone off guard. I can see Muffin Man already playing a little bit further back, not trying to repeat some of those mistakes, just picking people off from the side. Hunter falls, and so does Muffin Man. Blood coming through, but unfortunately deterring Grim as Romeo takes out Ninja, and Grim's just hiding away. Dart goes in, they find him, and Python spams through the wall to get him and exit him out. My favorite convenience store. 11-7, 7-11.
That's close
And
enough.
two alts for Fred, one alt for CG. Now, I like to talk a little bit about alts in certain moments, but in this one, I want to specifically mention that the Lockdown and the Rolling Thunder to secure themselves either victory or that 12th round, as they've been stacking and rolling these wins. Won't be, I mean, they're most definitely going to use it.
Yeah, they'll probably use the KJ ult here. It's going to be one or the other. They use the KJ ult here to take probably one site, and then they'll use the breach ult to combat the flood, or the retake after. If you could flip-flop that any which way, they're trading.
Hunter Python! I mean, I want to mention the names for Predator X Gaming. They're very thematic here. Bang takes out Kazuto, and that's 3v3. I was gonna say, if they take short control, they most likely pop KJ ult, but they have this amount of long control here instead. Going for that orb because they do have
Omen ult now.
Omen ult. I like how Muffin Man's already rotating towards C just in case, leaving 2 on A, knowing that's their slightly weaker site. This is gonna be a bait. Oh, this might be a bait. Muffin doesn't see it though. I don't think the bait works.
Muffin should know that they canceled. Yeah, they're gonna stay there anyways.
Cover going out.
Muffin slowly moving back, gets info that they have some noise. The rotate comes through with Silva going
this
down.
slow
One
orb.
enemy
I
remaining.
think they know. Nine manages to take 2 down, takes the 3rd one as well. Bang, the only casualty in that 3v3.
No charges.
Keeps them alive and keeps match point away.
I actually really like the approach from Cataclysm that round. They knew they were gonna try A with that KJ ult, and they just decided, you know what, let's just take the fight to them. We have double duelists. We're gonna win our duels, and that's exactly what they did. So
like,
props to them.
At the start, it fell in favor of Pred, but didn't deter CG's plan, which I like that they just kept to their guns and they managed to go through with it. And now, it's a little bit closer. They just lost 3 in a row. Picking up around here, they're gonna try to win. I don't know. I think they want 4 more. That brings them the match point. Realistically, they want as many as they can get here. As adaptation already comes through, Kazuto as well, taking a decent amount of space and taking Muffin Man out. Python taking out Ninja with the trade. Nightfall coming through. Some info. Hunter takes out Navi.
They're gonna fight towards A.
Gonna be good. The fight towards A Link is started, but still has the ticker on the bomb. The spike is down. 2 players left alive for CG.
One enemy
Grim
remaining.
finds 2. Relentless on the trade. Now, 2v1. They're in a great spot here for the trade. If Romeo dies, Relentless is right there, and Romeo can play off Relentless' peak. Relentless can peek off Romeo's peak, but it doesn't matter because they don't peek him.
What's going on
Romeo's
there?
taking
Match
down.
point.
What's going on there?
Just celebrating a victory. Victory
it's
dance.
not like- yeah. It's a new one.
They added emotes into Valorant
Yeah, I
recently, you
guess
know?
so.
Yeah. They saw how well Fortnite was doing, and they were like, oh, that's how we make our money now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, they're leaving A just completely empty.
Yeah, it's looking like a mid fight here. They're probably gonna have a brim smoke coming in window, and then they're just gonna scrap it. Nope.
I was gonna
Not
say Grim
even.
leaves his TP, but he also leaves his Mortal Coil. Kazuto just pushing forward, doing what it does best.
But the trades
Off and
come
short.
through.
They do. They really Kazuto, like, "Hey, we want him out of the game. We want him out." The solo ult works.
If they really want to secure
Fred-
this, they have the stage res as well.
They do, and they also do have the numbers advantage here. Sage heal comes out for Brim. They could res Grim and have the double duelist come through. The flash is also invaluable. The misdirection from Grim the Sova ult for the counter, so they can. Oh well, no, but Python's playing up. I would assume he's gonna play
Onside.
back.
Can't use this yet.
No, he's playing. You're right. He is playing
That's
on site.
Interesting one way there. I don't think I've ever seen that, but that gets
It's gonna stall him.
That gets Python to kill.
It's gonna make him second guess pushing into here. They send 9 to try and get some shots. Relentless gets the spray, and Python gets the
Attackers
final
win.
kill. Strikes when the moment is necessary. 13-8. Normally we see teams playing a bit more with a Hunter's Fury, they fall back, but this also works out really well for them because of the misdirection and because they're playing a bit more aggressively. They get caught off guard, working in favor for Predator X Gaming as they win on what I believe is Cataclysm Gaming's map pick.
Yeah, no, it was kind of, and I think that round loss came down to the indecision that we saw with the Sage res in mid. They spent a good 5 seconds, you know, trying to figure out who to res, and that really came to bite them in the back that round because the timer started ticking and they were one weight off CT and had a decision to make, and it just looked like they sent it through heaven. It didn't really work out too well for them. So
I do want to say I like the double duelist combo here for Haven, especially being a 3-site map, having some hard times, you know, to retake. It's an interesting pick. It's a bit unorthodox to have Yoru and Reyna. I don't think it's as troll as we thought it was originally. Now looking at the stats, looking at how they played, I think that it's a test composition, right? They're trying to figure it out before the season fully starts.
no, I think troll was the wrong word to use. Let's just say fun comp. That's what it was. You know, it was a fun comp. But when Kazuto has 7 first bloods, it doesn't matter how much fun you're trying to have. You know, you're just gonna lose. So
Hunter, the Sentinel of the Ages, 3 diffuses, 3 first bloods. He's just doing a really good job of setting up that utility and playing back, which is what you want from a Sentinel. So shouts out to them. Grim and Ninja as well, working really well. I've seen a lot of really good support players and a lot of good Sages, but Ninja plays, I think Ninja did a fantastic job. Good executed reses, good amount of heals we saw, and decent amount of assists as well.
yeah, totally. But I mean, at the end of the day, when you have 6 first bloods and the other team has 15, you know, you're not gonna win much. So well played by both teams. I thought they both kind of understood the strengths of their comps and played it pretty well. So
And with that, I think we have Sunset up next. It is a best of 3. So if Cataclysm wins this one, we go into the third map of Bind. But before we can get to Bind, we have to play out Sunset. Quick thoughts on Sunset before we head to a quick break?
I think it's a very dynamic map in the sense of, you know, where you're supposed to take control. I feel like there's so much open spaces and a lot of linear lanes on the map that, you know, really, at least on the attack side, you know, you could choose to take control of any which one and not necessarily be wrong. It's a map that you could quickly rotate through on the attack side and quickly rotate through on the defensive side as well. So it just leads to like immediate fights,
many different plays.
Many different plays, immediate fights everywhere. It's, I don't know. It's fun to watch. I hate playing it, but
well, we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna be seeing Sunset and potentially Bind later on. But we'll see you guys back here for Sunset.
Paralyze my heart. Don't wanna feel your touch like ice, tracing all my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us so, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold.
was just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I was putting in the I was putting in the hours. I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the
Okay, and we are back with map 2, which is Sunset. I am Adam the Prophet. I'm here with Nerds. An interesting first map, I'll say. We got to see, some firepower from both sides, really scrappy, really fun. Also pretty, cerebral too. We saw a lot of mid-rounding from both sides. How are you feeling after map 1, Nerds?
I'm excited to see how the change, like how Sunset changes pace. CG is going to be starting off on defense rather than on attack. And all things considered, I'm assuming this is the map pick of Predator X Gaming. So if this is the map pick for them, they might have some stuff cooked up. I want to see some Cypher gameplay, as I love Cypher in my premier matches, been running it down with him. And I wanted to see some Gecko gameplay because he is one interesting fella. He's the Pokemon trainer of Valorant, and he could very easy, I think on this map specifically, he shines. But I'm not surprised to see Kazuto back on the Jet. And Relentless on Omen, Python on Sova. They might run the same comp.
Looking very similar to their Haven comp. And honestly, we might very well see it just probably with the Cypher and Lou, the KJ. The Cypher, those trips on B really allow you to posture more towards the A side and just, play your life.
So many trips.
There's almost saw the Reina from Romeo. However, you might hand it off to Hunter. Oh, okay, never mind.
There's a Cypher.
Come on, don't tease us.
I wouldn't be surprised if we got to see the Cypher. I think he's very strong on B, like you mentioned. There are a couple of tricks on A, but he's just so strong on B as a Sentinel with his trips. There's like one, like I think the literally the entrance to B main, you can trip that, so it's unbreakable, unless or it's like very hard to break without peeking like a portion of your body out. Plus, there's a lot of one-way potential and just general shenanigans. On the flip side,
as we could see on the defender side, we have a ISO, and what ISO's really good at is he could use that wall so they could just run into the trip and then just shoot it out, because you know what, you can't shoot through that wall. So I think the defenders really, Cataclysm kind of took into consideration that Cypher pick.
KO. All I gotta say is KO. If you can't use your trip, then it doesn't matter that you have a trip. That's where I'm like, look, that's what I'm leaning towards, because KO is so unbelievably strong on maps like this, and just generally he kind of fits into any composition on any map. The ability to make this game into a completely different game instead of being a hero shooter, just a regular old tack shooter with no abilities, is really strong. The null command ultimate, 0 point, all those abilities. But I do see your point. I do see your point with ISO, and I want to see how they use him. Considering that CG starting off on defense, how do you think they're going to play it out?
So as I mentioned, you know, Sunset has a bunch of linear lanes to it, and that ISO wall's really good at taking that space in those lanes, whether that's through A main, B main, mid. You know, there's so much you can really do with that. They have the double duelist as well. KO flashes you could use to flash through the wall. They have the harbors. There's walls everywhere, you know. They really have a lot of, you know, utility to take space, take control, and really do what they want on this defensive side. So it looks like we're gonna get a posture towards A.
I like
Um,
Harbor on this. I think Harbor on this map is really good.
I think Harbor's good on any map as long as you kind of have an idea of how to use them.
Ooh, looking at all the pings, a lot of control towards A. They were thinking about an A rush, but instead needing to quickly rotate down mid. The chamber pick, interesting. Trips market takes the trip back, deciding to go towards A. Now the spike is leaning towards A, and Kazuto, as well as all of Predex Gaming, has a lot of control here in CT and through mid.
But
They might get
Restless
pinched.
left
Oh my gosh, they might
alone
get
with the
pinched.
bomb. Restless alone with the bomb, and
They
B main
might
here.
get
He might
pinched
get, oh, they are getting
CG's getting
pinched.
pinched. Yeah, CG is the one getting pinched from both sides. Restless and Romeo. I was gonna say the pinch could come out on site, but because they left Restless, the pinch got inverted. Hunter takes down
One
Weapon
enemy
Man,
remaining.
and there's a last player standing. The ISO, one of the newest agents to the roster, one of the newest agents on the Valorant front page, will be used to good effect. No utility, but he's always known for his guns, especially Novi being a star duelist. Last time they did really well on Reyna. Wow, they ran all the way towards Raven.
Spike planted.
Yeah, they didn't want to bother.
But they're split up, both Python
Yeah,
and Restless.
I don't know how I feel about this, given that Restless is so low. You know, if Python gets cleared here, it's almost a guaranteed
Oh,
loss for them.
they're gonna try and pinch.
Yeah,
I see what they're
pinching
doing.
again.
They're
Yeah.
gonna pinch off tap. Restless's job is to spam through the bomb and not die.
He should have the calm that he's low there. He should be taking this fight.
One enemy remaining.
Yep.
Ooh. 100 HP. Python just one taps him though. Navi falls.
I like the
Navi,
decision making, but let's do Navi, not as Vincer. You know, why not? No, but I like the decision making there by Navi. You know, he probably got the calm from his teammates that, you know, hey, Omen's low. He saw the Omen jiggle and he said, hey, I'm gonna take the fight to you, man. I'm gonna make this Sova, you know, either swing off you or give up his position by running. And since the Sova didn't swing, he knew he was probably gonna come from that ace stacked position on the other side of the site. So very well played, good intellect. Unfortunately, just went the other way.
Not quick enough to the draw. And we're seeing another heavy mid presence here, but this time the adaptation from CG, they are taking so much space here.
Yep,
Doesn't
all off the
matter,
back
though.
of the harbor wall. Which
man,
doesn't
it
show you the
doesn't- they're breaking
strength.
through.
Yeah, it
They're
doesn't
just
matter.
They're breaking through.
Yep, they're getting head tapped. 3 haircuts out here, courtesy of
I
Predex
just-
Gaming. So
I just like looking at the bar at the top, the team. I don't even know what it's called. Just the roster up there. It's just like all of them are dinked up but not
slowly
dead.
yeah, slowly diminishing everyone.
And this is gonna be this is the buy round right now for CG. This is the round that they potentially win and start putting things in their favor. Now, I sometimes talk about map sidedness, but like, do you think this is map sided to attack or defense?
I think it really depends on your composition. I think with the Cypher, it could be very defensive sided since it is difficult to, you know, hit towards that B site. But since they're working with the chamber right now, it's all about posturing that chamber on aggressive angles to take space instead of that trip. So it really depends on how they do it.
Aggressive.
And I mean, Kazuto with the double entry, I mean, he is outstanding. I'm giving, you know, W Kazuto Glaze. I've been doing it map.
Oh my gosh. And look at how they're using that Cypher utility. The cage comes
Here.
out and gives them space, pops the other cage, gets flashed by his team. No, I think Grim flashes him. Not sure. Kazuto falls. The numbers advantage is still in Fred's favor. Python
Hunter can
taking
make
down
it.
Grim.
enemy
Hunter
remaining.
pops through. The trades are there. But again, in the numbers game, if you're starting to trade stuff, the team with more numbers wins always. And that's just an unfortunate reality here.
Yeah, I
3
was
rounds
actually
up.
gonna. Oh, sorry. I was gonna comment on actually, you know, Predator X's bonus. They had, I think it was a Vandal and 3 Guardians, and when you're hitting headshots, you know, that's just as good as having a Vandal. So it almost didn't feel like a bonus because they were just able to take confident fights with the weapons they had.
True. They did buy up. I know Kazuto bought up Vandal fighting the 2-piece off rip. And then on top of that, you also have Guardians galore.
Here.
I see where you're coming from in that.
Yeah.
But it's slowed. Oh, wow. It's drastically slowed down because it is a save round. They're playing anti-eco here for Predex Gaming.
It's very atypical to see teams play slowly like this on a eco buy, because you kind of want to play numbers game and just fight something as a group, but it's almost like they're trying to set up a trap to get them towards mid, as Ninja gets caught going a little too far in B main.
Something along those lines. Kazuto pulling away. Oh, they do the rotate out. First pick 50. 5 seconds into the round. Kazuto not backing away though. But again, now that they don't have the KO, it's going to be really difficult for them to get space. The initiator's gone. Finally, after 2 players fall, Muffin Man with the trade. And now we have the double duelists for the retake here as Relentless gets the point. Oh,
Given that it is a double duelist composition, you know, you're expecting them to be a little bit more weak towards the defensive side. However, I feel like they're straying away from how good their comp is at taking space. You know, it didn't work for them the second round, and they just decided to stay away.
Romeo. Oh, this is going to be such a clip.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Muffin Man falls. There's a lot of utility that needs his information. He's trying to stay alive. 0-4. I won't be surprised if it becomes 6 or 5 that we see that timeout come through. Now, you're talking about space creation, right? They have double duelists and they have chamber to posture him in places where he might be really aggressive. For example, a mid play. As I'm saying it, we see them all through mid, taking that space and taking that control. They have both the duelist KO and chamber set up in mid to try and take that space.
Get out of my way.
That's what I want to see. Let's see how it works for them. Muffin Man pulls forward with the harbor wall in tandem. Flash comes through. Kazuto gets it. There's going to be a Roomba. Romeo's taking out Muffin Man. I don't know if Kazuto's going to spot out Navi. He doesn't.
A little
and that
too
is going
ambitious.
to even it out.
I wasn't actually a fan of the idea of them pushing their wall. I thought they already had enough space as it was. I thought they could have been fine there, but I guess it ended up working out.
Muffin Man, and now they lost 2 more. The ultimate snatches 1 through. We can take it to a 1v1 duel. Novi!
Oh, the pop and sweep.
Spike planted.
Gets 'em.
Romeo wins out. They need to protect the body. Hunter falls. 1v3. There is so much utility though to stall Bang. He's not gonna want to push this. Instead, picking up a Vandal and spraying through, trying to avenge Novi from that ISO ult. An unfortunate, it's just unfortunately an unfortunate set of circumstances to reiterate.
Yeah, we mentioned space creation. I don't know if taking space mid is necessarily the play, only because, you know, we mentioned at the end of last game, right? Sunset, it's quick to rotate, right?
Yeah.
They're, you know, Predator X Gaming, they see them taking the fight mid. They're just like, you know what? We're just gonna go the other way, you know? B's only 2 steps away. We're just gonna go B main and make you play retake, and they're perfectly comfortable with that, and it's working out. I would like to see them probably try to insert someone deep A main or even B main. It's just so they could stack towards the other side, you know?
To like keep those lanes occupied. I think that you're not too far off for the mid push. I think that they took too much, like they invested too much utility for that mid push. The harbor wall and 1 duelist with KO might be enough, and sending the other duelist and chamber split up might work out better. Like you said, like Raze, Harbor KO mid, and Harbor just throws his wall. He's not actually there. He's over towards that A site.
Okay.
I think it works out.
I was about to mention they could try to fake it to get them to react into a stack, and that's kind of what they did this round. We got the harbor wall towards mid. It doesn't matter because Noodles to go.
He is. Oh, but 9 gets away with his life. They are able to survive that. Hopefully for the retake. Kazuto taking the space quickly.
Party's
Flash
over.
on 1. He spots out 9, but also gets spotted out. Needs to get away. And now 2 players down, make that 3. It's 2 players left. Novi is the one to start it off, taking out Hunter. They need to win. At least if they lose this round, I think they're gonna have to go into a timeout and rethink their strategy. But with Novi on a 3-piece, I don't know how it's gonna work out. The wall we mentioned earlier, he's blind. He's giving away. Gets the double tap active. effective. Another blind. I think Novi's better when he's blind, honestly. Oh, they're switching sides.
Player
Needs to
standing.
change the crosshair. Relentless is there. He makes it a fake out. And 9, the pros don't fake, and Relentless knows that. I was gonna say this is a lost round if Novi doesn't like. He popped off to an insane degree, by the way. There,
that's gotta be disheartening for not just Novi, but all of Cataclysm. You know, you finally feel like you get your break with Novi getting 4, and then it doesn't matter. Restless is good for the 1v2.
And it's that mental. It's just that mental, right? I think that a lot of times teams, when they don't win that one round, it starts to like cascade their mental into just unfortunate places. And I've seen Cataclysm play previously. I've commentated them in the past, so I know how strong of a team they are, and that's why I'm kind of like rooting for them as like to win this out. So it's not a 2-0, so we go to that bind so we can see a little bit more of them. Again, this is the preseason though, so they're testing stuff out here. It might just be learning, growing as a team together.
No, yeah, totally. I mean, and even if you lose that bonus round, man, it gets so difficult because not only do you lose your guns, but the other team gets a lot of ult economy, which just allows them to compound those ults to win the 4th round, right? And then you're just on an eco again, and now you're in a 6-0 deficit, right? Trying to figure out where you went wrong and where you can make up for.
Speaking of making things up,
He
takes out
continues his
Relentless.
hot streak, man. He's feeling it right now.
Restless was the person who took him out, didn't get the ace. So the comeback is there.
Yeah, he got his get back.
Low HP, he does have that ultimate domain expansion. We gotta add some anime flair into it, but he's gotta
Shout
get
out
a little.
JJK.
He has to get more than just like some anime power-ups to win.
30
He
seconds
does
left.
Need some skills. 30 seconds off the clock, and I think Novi's got it. He's good positioning, good aim. Ooh, decides to fight through instead. No, Cosmo takes him down. It's an even playing field. The ult might be a little too late for the delay, but it does push them out onto site and hopefully throws in just enough of a wrench.
10 seconds left.
Another wrench thrown in. There's going to be an ultimate 9 gets slotted out. It's a bloodbath. Romeo takes out 2. He's still not done. 9
One
picks up
enemy
bodies.
remaining.
Romeo finds a 3-piece. It's going to be Python to end it out, though. Unfortunately, 7-0. It's a clean number.
Nah.
But it's not a clean win. It's not a clean win. They haven't had like flawless complete stomps. So CG, they still have some room to work with here.
No, yeah, and you know, I've been in matches where on Breeze, I go down 0. We went down 0-6. My team went down 0-6 on the defensive side. All it took was one timeout to get us back in. We lost 1 round after that. You know, we finished the game 13-7. So, you know, all it takes is 1 round to really build off of everything. And, you know, it's a whole different story. But you mentioned Jujutsu Kaisen. How's that 2nd season been?
Well, no spoilers. That's been really fun. Oh, different change.
Don't spoil it for me.
They have a cascade this time instead of a wall. They're using the other harbor utility here. But that doesn't deter them. The mid control is still in favor of Predator X Gaming.
No, yeah, they used that wall. I believe it was on their buy round. Their first buy round, they used that wall, and it was. I think it's a tell because they used the cascade. However, there was no presence behind it. So I think Cataclysm
and Romeo are both taking such good control. The pinch right now on Muffin Man. I mean, it could go either way. They meet up. Muffin Man falls. Now needs to rotate. I don't think they expect players there. It's just going to be group fire. Romeo taking another one down. 2 players left for CG. An unfortunate reality here as they've swarmed all of B site, and the retake is kind of, I don't know if it's strong. I think they're on pistols, right? Yeah, they're on sheriffs.
Yeah, no.
It's not a strong retake, unfortunately, here. And I think that they're starting to read into it more. Predator X Gaming doing a really strong job of taking control when they know it's open. Wow, I guess they just need pistols here as they were able to take 2 out. Oh,
no, but it was almost, yeah.
Last player standing.
Yeah, no, as I was saying, it was almost perfect timing. You know, I was just talking about how in their first buy round, they used the Cascade mid. However, there was no follow-up on it. And, you know, Predator X Gaming was able to sniff that out. and they just walked mid. They knew no one was there, and it allowed them to get 1 on site and 2 in B main. So, you know, they're really picking up on what the macro or the micro is here on the side of Cataclysm Gaming, and you know, it's working out. Obviously, well, it's 8-0, so you know, props to them for just paying attention to those little things.
Mid play is gonna be coming out here. Oh, Python
Nothing
just
could go right for them.
No, he just spammed through. Kazuto playing anti-platforms away. Grim takes him, going
Domain
into
expansion.
the 1v1. Python taking a lot cautiously, getting a 3-piece for himself. It's Muffin Man and Ninja, the last 2 players alive. Looks where the Cypher is positioned all the way up through A. It's gonna be a fight there
Last
for
player
sure.
standing.
And Hunter's gonna find him. Last player standing here. It's just gonna be 9 with an operator in hand.
Spike planted.
I was gonna
Just
say,
waiting.
you think we're gonna see the first ace of the series, but
No
no,
way!
Hunter decided to.
Oh, they're
damn.
investing the ultimate. Salt on a wound here. Python
that's-
finds the 4.
That's no fun.
No, it's just unfortunate here.
A little bit of body shooting going on here. Might be a little bit of animosity between the teams.
It is. Again, I strongly believe that CG here right now, like, they're testing out some comps, the preseason matches. We're gonna have to see some retribution, perhaps in the main season, and that's kind of what we're here for, right? This is a league. This is a season here for the Titans of Tier 3. This isn't just oh, we're doing a tournament of some kind. So we want to see some of these teams develop and grow as we do. Tries to get lucky with a Bucky, does not find him, but Vayne does.
You know, as I was saying, the Bucky does way more damage in the hands of Raze, you know, so let's just kind of see. I mean, it's able to chunk up Kazuto pretty early on. Which allows, you know, them to take the break kind of that.
One
Dash
enemy
comes
remaining.
through, but relentless Romeo there.
Yeah, that was a little ambitious with the Bucky, but, you know, you do what you can, right?
You try to have
He's
fun
hitting
with
the
it.
greedy.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to hit the gritty. I mean, Bucky tried to hit, unfortunately, not. I feel like if you were like, the more memey, the more funny, and obviously the more you get with the Bucky, the better it gets. Just generally speaking, it's a lot. You get a lot more impact the more chaotic you are with it. It's like throwing, again, it's like throwing a wrench into some gears. You're just trying to break up the pace, and you're playing duelists on a eco round. It doesn't make a lot or a little sense. I think generally speaking, though, it works out really well on raid in the hands that you mentioned. Sorry, I'm a brain.
No, and then even then, it's just tilting to die to the Bucky, you know? Like, when you die to a Bucky, you're just like, wow, I can't believe that just happened. And, you know, when we're talking about the mental of being down 10-0, you know, anything helps to get that, you know, the vibes going again. So you can, you know, maybe even just think to mount a comeback. So,
Bang finds 2, Novi with another one. It's not over till it's over.
Will we see the first
2v2.
round?
I want to see it. I want to see the comeback start. There's
One
the
enemy
tides
remaining.
turning. Python
player
finds 1
standing.
Bang on the trade, and Bang with a 4-piece
Let's go.
finishes things out, charging that ultimate up and winning them the first round of this half. Definitely
yeah,
not the last.
knowing Cataclysm's luck, a meteor just come down to hit Bang TK right now and they still lose the round. But, you know, fine, at least they're able to secure that one, you know? Not a 13-0.
Last round
You know,
before
at
the
the end of the
switch.
day, that's a win, right? That's a win. You kind of save yourself from a little bit of that embarrassment. But at the same time, we mentioned it is preseason, right? We're having fun here. In no way should either team, any team competing in these games be discouraged, you know? So it's been a show nonetheless. Yep,
110. We have Neural Theft, Rolling Thunder, and Shadows all available for these teams. For Predex Gaming. We have Nultiman on the flip side. I want to see some KO gameplay because I talked him out a little bit earlier. And as you talked about taking aggressive space or just like making sure to posture 9 up or Ninja up to a to C to get info to take that space, it worked out for them. Ninja knows
Yeah,
there's at
I
least
just wish
2
they would have
players.
done this earlier, but you know.
Hey, adaptations. You got the confidence from 1 round. You push forward. 'Cause
Exactly.
I want you to look at the numbers here.
player
Oh,
standing.
Relentless takes it and
Spike
pays
down,
the price One player left in Python. 3v1. I think the hot streak for Predex Gaming is going to run out. Picks up the bomb. Muffin Man's going to be on the peak. He knows the positioning. Taps him up. Finishes it through. It's that confidence boost that you got from this one win. Cascades into more, and more.
And I will say, nerds, you know, it wasn't long ago in the Convergence tournament that just happened over there in India that we saw Foot Esports, you know, mount a 2-10 comeback against Vitality on Lotus. So, you know, maybe all it takes is a couple rounds, you know. Hey, 10-2 curse, you know, we were talking about the 9-3 earlier, but let's start our new. No, this is the Convergence. It was the Convergence tournament just shortly after Freaka TV. No, but yeah, let's, you know, maybe they get hot here and they're able to mount the comeback. So, you know,
I want to see it.
Never say never, right?
They're on attack on a slightly newer map with double duelists KO Chamber, and Chamber being a very aggressive sentinel. Would not be surprised. It's interesting to see how the Cypher's not set up B round 1. Especially
I don't know how much of a fan I am of this.
I think I'm a fan of the change just because it allows them to feel a little more comfortable in the future. Team shots come through. CG is looking a lot hotter here with a player lead for V3. Low HP for KO. Hunter's just holding it.
You mentioned the future, but the future's looking pretty short off of that one mistake, at least in terms of the snap.
Spike planted.
You know,
I mean, speaking of the future, we might get a third map in. Especially if the 2-10 comeback comes through, Ninja's making it more likely.
One enemy remaining
on the trades, but in this game, if you're going tit for tat, you're going to lose to the team that has more members. And right now, CG being up by 2, they just have to hold their cross, which is something that we saw from Haven. They do a really good job of. Good use of trying to break it.
My apologies. I got the sides completely confused. That first round, that first half happened so fast. I thought we were still going. Yeah, no.
No, CG won.
Yeah, seeing the Cypher over towards just having a trip mid felt a little odd. I get that you only usually Cypher's the buy for pistols, a ghost to cage and a trip, right? However, I just think that trip overall has more value in, you know, on that B main choke, and then you just have a camera maybe in market holding mid. That's what makes sense to me. But
I think that, like I mentioned, it might be my theory, that he was doing that to make them comfortable going B, as they are really comfortable going into A, and Kazuto is very comfortable with the Sheriff. He manages to take the head off of one, tries to do some more. A nice one by Python, and Kazuto doing damage here.
Down A.
I mean, honestly, when the strategy's this strong and you have players who can go the distance, it works out. I think he was throwing into his teammate. Does, in fact, do that. That round fell apart so much faster than I expected.
Yeah, just like that, you're kind of reset. Oh, 311. Hey, we saw the Fnatic come back on Loud, right? Icebox. Hey, I'm just looking for all the copium right now. I'm sniffing copium super hard. So let's see. You know, only time will tell, right?
I was just gonna make the joke of it's my favorite off-brand 311, but 3. Again, I mean, the Cypher now is like towards B, a lot stronger. Generally, you have such gifted players, Kazuto and Python both. Another thing I want to mention is just sort of team synergy stuff. I think that Predex Gaming might just have like they play together, playing for fun. They're memeing a lot, so it works out a little bit better when they're more confident and comfortable. As Muffin Man is the last player standing, picks up a weapon. He's got some firepower. That's an Odin. That's a little bit more firepower, but it's harder to control.
Yeah, obviously I can't speak on behalf of Cataclysm Gaming, but I've played with some of the Predex guys, and you know, their coach Banksy, Romeo, and at least Kazuto, you know, they're all super close with each other. Their coach Banksy does a really good job on making them more than just a team, but a family, and you can tell them the way they play. So.
And Muffin Man falls. Oh, how the pastries crumble to the Odin's bullet spray. 312 on the half. Sorry, on the second map might be the end of the road. Say might because you never say never.
You never. Shout out Justin Bieber, right? Never say never.
Never say never.
Fun, right?
We do see Cypher again towards B, changing it up. I think they like vicariously through the comms of us commentating. They heard us from high above. Hey, Cypher, go B. I think this is, again, Grim using that utility to spot out anyone, Cypher or Chamber, who is, sorry, they're playing with Chamber. No, I'm getting my stuff mixed up. Cypher is playing a bit aggressively. I like this mid play.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty heavy, and you know, there's nothing really stopping them towards market other than the silver. You gotta get overwhelmed.
Ooh, great
Spike
one
down.
way working out in favor, but they take 2 down for the price of 1. It evens out unfavorably for CG. They are the 2v3. Low HP for Relentless though. Spike most likely going
player
down here.
standing.
No, Romeo picking
Spike
up
down,
the Odin
B.
takes out Bang. Kazuto.
Defenders win.
2 Odins it seems as they just mow them down. A 2-0 sweep to Predator X Gaming as PXG they win it out. Again, this is the preseason, so I do want to preface that, but still solid victory.
You know, very strong showing. You mentioned it's just the preseason, but I think Predator X Gaming, you know, really showed that they're a team to be messing with. I know Banksy, he hit me up in the Discord DM saying he's butthurt about the 30 overall ranking in the Times of Tier 3, you know, power rankings. He's like, I'm gonna show him who's really number 1. And you know, you know, they gave us a good taste of what's to come, you know, in the season. So shout out to Banksy, shout out to the Predator X boys. You know, I'm cool with all of them. So
I looked at the
you know,
stats
happy
just
for
right
them.
now. Kazuto won off an ACS of 300, just going in and just chunking away. 5 first bloods, 3 for Python. I was talking about how gifted they are as players, generally just doing a lot of damage like we saw previously on actually one of the rounds. What was it? On the buy round for CG on the second half when they all ran through into A and they just got unfortunately chunked through. Now, with all that said, huge props to CG. I think, again, this is the preseason. It's not generally a precursor for what's to come. Usually it is, especially with some of these teams popping off. But I think CG can work out some of their kinks and really iron them out and push through. I won't be surprised if they're another team to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean, Cataclysm Gaming, you know, this isn't like their first showing, right? They're a team with a pretty big pedigree, you know, an organization with a pretty big pedigree. You know, they're not worried about this. They'll be just fine. They have all of those players have made a name for themselves. People know who they are. So, you know, they really have nothing to prove. They know that they're going to still be top dogs regardless of a show match outcome, you know? So they'll be just fine. They'll brush that off. No problem.
And with that said, I do believe we have what's called another stream. Prod? Oh, cool beans. We have some cool news. So instead of having you lovely folks going on over to our alt stream, which you should still check out for future events and future cases when we have multiple streams going on here, we're going to be staying on the stream and we have another match for you guys coming shortly. Do we know the teams that are going to be playing?
I think it's Event Horizon GC, and that's one team.
We'll pass it off. First class. Prod's telling us
Shout
first
out
class.
Prod.
Shout out Nick. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna be heading on off and allowing for these teams to come out and play. It's been a lovely commentating and hosting and having a fun time here. Again, my name is Nerds Corner or Elon, and we have Adam over here. Adam Prophet.
Adam the Prophet, yeah.
Adam the Prophet.
Little moniker I gave myself a while ago from my friends. So
well,
it
works.
To keep it with me.
It works out. Your analysis does ring true, we'll see. Well, we'll see you guys around here in Titans of Tier 3, and have fun in the next game. Cheers.
You were calling me a lie, lie, lie. running